The people ruling Ghana, they prepared 20 years ago. I'm telling you, they prepared 20 years ago. So if you want to be a successful person, 10 years, 15 years, are you sure? Are you ready now? So we were ready. So we didn't come to office to think. No. Because if you come to office, you are not coming to think. The thinking will delay you. Yeah. By the time you start executing, it's too late. It's one academic year.
One academic year.
So we already knew what we were coming to do. So when we lost, while the winning administration was in power, we were working as if we were already in power. Okay. Doing underground work, project. What do we have to do? So we put everything on paper ready. All we needed was that an opportunity to put it into practice. So when we took over, we needed a hostel. We wanted to buy a bus. So if you go and check all our files, we wrote a proposal for the bus purchase. The very day we took office. You go to ADP, go to Dr. Dodo office and check. So the bus we are seeing there, he didn't get by chance. The number of walk-ins, procurement process, we took off early. And even in fact, you see that the bus delayed before even coming. The bus came a week for us to hand over. So if we had not taken off early, we wouldn't have got that bus. Yeah. In fact, it took UNE 3 years to purchase a bus. And we purchased a bus in one academic year.
Wow.
I'm telling you. If you like, let any SRC administration who does not have money as we have. Because I always tell people, if I were the president, the SRC president of the University of Ghana, we didn't need ADB to support us to buy a bus. I could just walk to the bank and take money and buy a bus. Because the population of the University of Ghana is over 50,000. If every student is paying SRC of 50 cedis, multiply by 50,000, it's a lot of money. But you have, our population is even less than 7,000. So we punched above our weight to buy that bus. And the same way, our university always punches above its weight to deliver because our population is not many. But in the University of Ghana, their population, Tech has population. So if every student is even paying school fees of 5,000, multiply by that population, US does not have that chance. Do you get the point? Yes. So we look at the template of our university as administration, and we follow the template of the management. The how is management surviving? They cut down on unnecessary expenditure. And our SRC, our time, we cut down unnecessary expenditure. People were asking for dinner. How much dinner do we organize? No. Well, if we had organized plenty dinners, which money will we get to buy the bus? Which money will we get to revamp canteen at Howard? We could have used that money to bring them what? An artist to come and perform. But we didn't do that. You see the point here?
Yes.
So you need to, as in life, run your race according to your rules. You don't copy blindly. I always say you cut your coat size according to the size of your material. That's not exactly what we did. You get the point?
Yes.
So there is so much that other SRS, in fact, there are a lot of SRS who have contacted us to learn from us. Oh yes. US-based TV, a lot of people have contacted how you guys were able to put US-based TV. You get the point? So there's so much we can learn. So don't underrate your power.
Yeah.
A lot of people underrate where they are coming from poor background, I'm from this village, I'm from this. Who told you that? Just use your brain. You'll be far better than those who even were born and bred in the cities. Do you get the point?
Yes.
Good, thank you.
Thank you too. So you've mentioned some of the things you've done. You've done so many. But would you say that you've been able to achieve all the plans that you wanted to? Were you able to achieve everything?
Let me use this opportunity to congratulate, because now we are talking about achievement. I didn't achieve it alone.
Yeah.
I didn't achieve it alone. Yes, it's always said that when a fish wants to start to spoil from the head. So the head is very, very key. First of all, let me thank the university management, the university council that worked during the 2020-2021 administration, the vice chancellor, a very hard-working man, the registrar, an indefatigable, seasoned administrator, the very progressive university management under the leadership of his lordship, Jones Duche. I learned a lot from that university council. Very intelligent people managing the affairs of this university. I let me use the opportunity to thank the dean of students herself, during our administration, Dr. Dudu, a very progressive, dynamic individual. Mind you, everything that we do, we operate through the office of the Dean of Students. The SRC has, the university has organogram. You don't just jump to and do things anyhow, no. So which means that the university is like a fluid ecosystem. And we are part of the ecosystem. The ecosystem has rules and regulations. So we were successful because we followed the rules of engagement. We did due diligence. Do you get the point? I want you to understand that SRC, you are independent in how you do your activity as student leadership. But you fall within a university structure. And you must operate within the university structure. And our administration will follow the rules of engagement. So that's why I'm commending these people who help us to be successful. I also want to use the opportunity to thank the leadership for the administration I work with. Starting from my vice president, Benjamin Ajima, hardworking vice president. I think it's going to go down as the most successful vice president ever in the history of SRC. I like throwing challenge. So if you want to be more successful than Benjamin, you need to come and deliver. It's not about talk. The Wukom, Gloria, Honorable Gloria, I think she's go down the history as one of the most successful SRC Wukom we ever had. Very intelligent lady. Our treasurer, hardworking treasurer, Secretary Smith, hardworking Smith, the provincial president, in the presence of Fatau Adam, the Hokwe provincial president, Dennis. I also want to use the opportunity to thank the speaker, Right Honorable the Saki, because you need everything to pass through Parliament. You need a very good job. Our seasoned student politician, popularly called Yuki, Yebo Ozi, Ose, Kwame Isaac, who was the Chief Justice. Remember that when there are legal issues. So it's a whole arm of governance for the SRC. So all the committee chairs who did a very good job, I want to use the opportunity to thank them for the job they did. And of course, there were people that people like Julius Okai. Julius Okai was like the second vice president of the SRC. He's the man who could do everything. In fact, he was one of the founders of Team Apaloo. I want to give credit to Ketchoff, who was my first campaign chairman, and then followed by Yuki, who took over from him, who was becoming our second campaign chairman, and we won massively. So they all did a good work. So the 2020 SRC administration couldn't have done anything without these people. I mean, I talk about management support, the SRC executive support, and everything. Our Dean of Students was very good, supportive to the student leadership. So, if you want to talk about what we achieved, I don't like, see, the evidence is there. Our administration, we work by blueprint. And when we started, those who remember, I went with my team door-to-door campaigning of policy document. Never happened in this university where a candidate will have a blueprint printed in hard copy. I'm sure most students still have it. Team Apaloo, redefining student leadership. So we had a vision. We promised that we'll purchase a bus. We look at our SRC. Sometimes we have to go and begging management for bus. Students want to go on tour. They don't have buses. The university has a lot of responsibility attached to those buses. But we saw that buying that bus as one, publicity, one, an opportunity to do trips, and we said we're going to be affordable. It's also going to generate revenue for the SRC. So far, you see people have been hiring it. Corporate organizations, and they pay. We create a special account for it. So you see that, imagine having served the SRC and you're on the street of Kumasi, Accra, and you see these beautiful bars on the road, Student Representative Council. There's so much pride. Oh, I also served the SRC before. Look at that beautiful bus. So having a bus, it serves so many commercial purposes. SRC want to go for news congress. Why do you go and be begging them? No, come on, we've gone beyond that stage. So that bus is, and this is a brand new bus. It will be there for years. 10 years, it will be there, 15 years. You see how many years university buses have lasted? But they are still there, working. You get it? We say we wanted to acquire a hostel. I mean, SRC executives, they don't even have a place to lodge. They have to be hiring. We see that, let's get something going. You don't own it completely, but as a partner, we are running it. We are pushing some of them, some of the executives to sleep in. There were students who came to whom they were stranded. They didn't have a place to lodge. Go and find out. They came to us and we gave it to them free to stay. Some students last academic year, they were evicted from their hostels because the landlords, their tenure was over. Because of COVID, that academic was extended and their tenure was over. So they have to be evicted and they didn't have money. My vice president gave them rooms at the SRC hostel. They slept there for free and wrote their exams. Go and ask them. Free. All students came to town to do programs and they said they need a place to lodge. We gave it to them. Miss Uhas. That's why the ladies from where we were sleeping. So imagine that hostel didn't exist. Can you imagine? So it was there for a reason. And there are so many things that we did. Hokwe canteen was such a diploma. I went there to campaign and I saw where they were eating. I said, look, my Daniel at Kita school is far better than this. They deserve better. But today go. You can wash your you go there and see. At least we did something to impact lives there. Okay, we issued a scholarship to help the poor. We organized blood donation. I mean, I can't even, when you someone on the university website, so I really don't like talking about what we have done, but
so in all, you were able to achieve what you wanted.
Everything that the team Apaloo promised the students of this university, we delivered.
Wow.
Honestly speaking. I mean, people will talk about entertainment, we wanted to bring Stoma and good, but remember that our administration also was the unluckiest administration. COVID was massive. COVID was massive at the time. I'm telling you. We wrote a letter to a lot of companies who were willing to sponsor, but they told us that, look, because of COVID, it affected their financial budget. And as I speak to you now, Vodafone Ghana is coming to build ultra-modern bus terminal at permanent site. Our administration lobbied for it. If you are going to ask Dr. Dodo, go and ask Estate, the Director of Works, we develop every plan. I'm just telling you, a lot of students don't know. You get the point? The Ayalolo bus you are seeing today, people don't know who we orchestrated it.
Very true, very true.
And the thing is, I don't like going around telling people I achieved this. I don't like blowing trumpets. I don't see. Yeah, because people do little and they're all over the place writing CV. I don't believe in that. When you do, the environment itself will recognize you. If you're a politician, you've improved your environment. You don't need to beg for vote. The people will renew your mandate for you. Do you get the point there?
Yes.
If I want to contest again for SRC president, I don't need to go around begging people. The question is, what did you do when you were there? So let your work speak. That's what I believe. So when people are bribing people, politicians, they haven't achieved anything. They need to bribe people to get elected. Do you get the point? So that you are low bus today. I sent personally our federal PRO sunny day to go to Accra to do where their main station is to go and check. I wrote later, asked Dr. Dudu, our administration, we believe in communication. Everything was formal. If you go to the registrar, you see the latest, we wrote plenty letters. There was that Dr. Dudu, hey, Apaloo, you like writing letters? Because this is university, everything must be formal. Evidence. So every letter we wrote on that bus pages, records are there. Go to student affairs. The bus, ask Mr. Wilson and go. But we don't go on pages and we say, Ayalolo, we brought Ayalolo. It is unnecessary. For the record. I went to Tudu myself later. And somebody, executive came here to our office here. We sat here. How do we take off Metro Mass? Because we were taking our students for granted. And they came. So if you ask Smith and co, Smith has served some of the latest, Smith and co. All our administration knew we fought. And today, Ayalolo bus is there.
Wow,
do you get the point? We fought because we deserve it. We think our students deserve better. Because as SRC president, you see people queue in the bus and all that. And they come as SRC president, we say, look, we will do something about it. We can buy buses for you. But the latest we can do is that we take off Metro Bus. And today, Ayalolo has brought many buses.
Wow.
Look at the point.
Yes, yes.
The next is that you see the bus terminal. The last time I checked, they say the Vodafone company has approved. Because at the time we wrote the letter, I said they didn't have enough money because of COVID. They've reduced, they slashed down their corporate social responsibilities. So now they've approved it. So they are coming to do it. So very soon you see a ultra modern where you see they do that can cover 100 students at a go. So even management has earmark where. So you see where the security checkpoint is, where the Muhammad can do turn around. Okay. That's how they're going to do it. So when it's raining, you all sit down and be reading your books, We shut everything. We might even connect Wi-Fi there.
Wow.
So we'll be waiting for the bus to come and pick you. Vodafone is coming to do it.
Beautiful.
So there are so many things that we fought for. You got to tell Dr. Dudu, tell me, Apaloo, you cannot do everything. Leave the rest for others to come and do. You ask Dr. Dudu. Even midnight, we're on pages, writing letters, going up and down. Look, it's also not easy. We slaved for the SRC. Slave for the SRC. So for me, we've done a lot. And our SRC got recognition. We are awarded. We went to Accra to receive an award.
Wow.
Oh yes. Yes. The Youth Parliament awarded us. Now, even though we are in who, they saw our work. That for one academic year, how we projected our SRC. And we went to our award. We worked with the bus. And when we went to the bus, they said, whoa, brand new bus. You guys have really worked for the SRC. You get it?
Yeah.
So we marketed US SRC. We projected a good image of this university. Do you get the point?
Yes,
which is the most important thing. So it's not just about making noises on pages, fighting money, make giddy giddy. No. Please, there are so many ways that we can achieve a lot for our students when we cooperate in university management, when we lobby. Politics is about war of ideas. It's about lobby. It's all about lobby. Get on the ground, get the work done.
Okay.
So once again, I owe the 2020 SRC executives. I'm very proud of them. And I've always told them that, look, be proud. That those of you have political ambition, one day you can stand as an MP, you can stand as a DC, you can stand as whatever, director, and say, when I was a student leader in 2021, I contributed my quota and our SRC achieved a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you too. So moving on, would like to, you mentioned sunny days. After your tenure, we had elections, but then we didn't get, none of them got to be the president. And there were so many issues that they had to go to court. And later on, we had, the president had to be appointed. What's your take on all the brouhaha around, all the noise making, court issues? What do you have to say about it? What do you think caused this, all this?
It's very unfortunate that the kind of roller coaster that, characterized the election, but as an SRC administration that exited, we had a plan to hand over successfully to an incoming administration. And we did a lot. Historically, we provided all the enabling environment for the election to be successful, free, transparent. In the history of this university, we had our SRC. We did everything live, online.
Yes, online.
Yes, it never happened before. Thanks to US-based TV, with the dedicated staff who ensure that they spend all their time to ensure. Every candidate was given, unlike those days where you see former outgoing SRC president supporting and endorsing candidate openly, executives supporting. Our administration, we didn't do that. Smith, Glory, all of that. Nobody, if you think you are good enough, let the good student of the university decide. You get the point? So we provided all the enabling, but we have had an electoral commissioner who did his best. We made funds available. We spent a lot of money on our election. So you saw 5 candidates. But right now, following that, people go to the vetting committee with a political lens. They had their favorite candidate. They wanted to push other candidates. But this is politics. These things are expected in politics. That's the side aspect of politics. And politics and litigation, they're like, I call Bob Marley and we, or Romeo and Juliet. They go together.
I'm Juliet.
So you see, because when people are not happy with the electoral process, you don't expect them to take catalyst and be cutting people head and hair. The law allows them to come. Good. So it's part of the democratic dispensation. So you can't fault anybody for going to court. Some of us who had opportunity to go to court, we are not to go to court. But honestly, oh yes, So, but it's not unfortunate because it usually derails the forward march of the SRC. Do you get the point?
Yes.
So as administration, we did our best. That's why, in the wisdom of the Chief Justice, Yoki Yeboah, or say Isaac Kwame, the ruling was fantastic because it gave an opportunity to other portfolios not to be shortchanged. Yes, the ruling was that they could continue to do their work. It's only one portfolio where only the president, so yeah, the president may not have advice, but as administration, what we did was that we conducted an election. There was supposed to be a runoff and all that. There was litigation. We made money available for court hearing and all that. You get the point? That's what we could do. We couldn't have taken a law into our own hands, or we could have said we are supporting this candidate, so let's muddy the waters to get this candidate through. No, we didn't do that. We did our best. But the rest is up to the good student of the university to decide who we wanted to take over. Do you get the point there?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So, it's very unfortunate, but the current administration, by and large, I think they are doing a good job. Yes, they are doing a good job. Because you see, successful administration is not just in terms of material project, you want to see physical things. Your ability as an administration to ensure that there is peaceful coexistence between management and student. Students are not going on demonstration. People are not fighting management here and there and all that. People are able to write their exam without anybody being repeated or being prevented because it's old school fees. Because remember, administrative as an SRC, you don't want student to be denied administration registration because of owing school fees. There are a lot of dialogue SRC does at my level begging management, oh, these people are owing, but allow them to write the exam on fingers and on ego. People don't recognize that because it's not
very true.
Look, people don't recognize because it's not physical.
Yes.
It's not the bus.
Yes.
It's not this.
Yes.
Look, the fact that all students wrote their exam this semester without anybody being sacked because of owing school fees means that this administration, SRC administration, did a lot behind the back door. You don't see them. I'm telling you, school fee committee, a lot of fight happened there. People, we write a lot of letters to my registrar begging her, oh, allow them to pay next semester. Those who are scholarship hasn't come, allow them to come. So I would say they've done a good job.
All right.
So peaceful coexistence and all this is part of the administrative work. Yes, I see that. And so far, I think, and I'm sure there is a lot of projects in pipeline they were going to do. Because remember, if you want to do a project, procurement process exists. You don't then jump and start doing things. You get the point? I'm sure they have a plan. And yes, so we had to appoint because as an office, when you are leaving, you cannot leave the presidential portfolio vacant. And the constitution allows that. You put somebody there to take over. So the parliament of our time, in their own wisdom, voted and chose His Excellency Hagan to take over. And I think that, I mean, he has a track record. I mean, he had been the blessing board in this university, and people know him for his integrity, for hard work and dedicated. I have personally known him because he's my classmate. He's a solid guy. And I think that he's galvanizing his charges in terms of the people he's working with, that they can do something for the student. I'm sure that. And remember that if as an administration, we left certain responsibility behind for them to fulfill. I.e., the bus with pictures, we had few interest money to pay to ADB. So if they are working to fulfill those promises, it is also responsibility left behind for them. If they are ensuring that the bus is not being abused, it's being managed well, it's not being used anyhow, it's part of responsibility. We left them a hostel to manage. If they are managing it well, the owner hasn't taken it from them, it means they are doing their job. The printing press, I have not seen the printing press close. It means they are doing well.
Okay.
So for me, they are doing a fantastic job. Oh yeah, I know some of them personally. Some of them had served in our administration. So I'm not surprised that so far there have not been any brouhaha here and there. The Banini had served under administration. The president was our, when it comes to reconciliation aspects in parliament, he was part of it. So, and for me, they have some people in the administration, Fadil, who is the current Nooks of Hope. They've all served in the past. They had a huge experience. So maybe that's the reason why so far they are doing well, because a lot of people have served the SRC before. So they know the tradition. So tradition goes on.
It has been a great session. So we're about ending. So to the final question, we'd like to know how you manage your time, combination, academics, politics, and then if you have free time to yourself now that your tenure is over, then any final words to us?
In life, I don't think there can ever be anything called free time. It's not how you manage your time. I must admit that being a medical student and taking up this job is a very daunting one. a risky one, of course. But life is all about risk, really. If you don't push hard, you don't take a risk, sometimes you don't make a breakthrough. So I remember when we were campaigning, people would say they shouldn't vote for me because I'm American student, I won't get time to serve them. But honestly speaking, if you go to management, they'll tell you that there was no office at the management level I didn't enter. I'd been everywhere, midnight everywhere. So I was prepared to sleep for the distinguished student of this university. So it's not about time management. So 24 hours. I sleep maximum 4 hours a day. And yes, I have a study group. The study group is very important. We keep saying it. It's very important. Form a study group, people who are serious. So if I'm at a meeting, permanent site, and I miss a class, which have a lot of time, work and all that, I have to do midnight work. Come back to my group members and plead with them. What did they study? Copy note for me. People will record lectures. I'll come and listen. So while people are sleeping, I'm now doing my studies and all that. So yes, so you just have to manage your time, really. Don't engage in unnecessary conversations and all that. So if you see me on pages because I'm there to disseminate information to students, I'm on these pages here and there. So I make use of the time. After lectures, come back, do my assignment. So weekends, I didn't have enough time doing weekends. I have to do a lot of cover up. So it's all about time management and form a study group so people can share ideas with you. So when I meet them during the weekend, people brief me on lectures I miss. Oh, we did this topic and all that. They say we should read on this. Then I'll use the weekends to go to before Monday comes and all that. So it's about time management. So I always say that you need to understand that university is a holistic education. It's not just with a book. I must be honest here. And if you read only the book and you finish here and you go out there, you need all aspects of life too. You need to know. Leadership, you need to know. You want to be HOD. So you must invest a little bit of your time on church program, on leadership program, entrepreneurship program. That makes it a holistic education. So you don't just raw book. No. Spend a little bit of your time too on a few things. That will make it a bit holistic for you. So that's exactly what I did. So I'm not just living with degree in medicine, but I'm going to live here because your experience having served a good student of university. That's a holistic education. And I also want to say that there's no time. Even now, I have a lot of catching up to do. I'm final year, in the next 4 months, I'm writing our final exam to graduate. So I have a lot of cover up to do. Certain things I didn't understand well because of the student politics. And I have to sit down and understand them better. Because you're going to go to the world and save lives. You need to understand the things you're using to treat patients. You need to understand. So I have a lot of catching up to do, which I'm doing now. I have other projects I'm doing. So I don't have free time. You know, I was managing SRC, managing my books, managing family, managing my business, managing my personal life. So, but that's what makes you experience. So you need to catch up, you need to grow. So I've learned a lot, really, I've learned a lot. And I want to thank the good student of this university. It's an honor, it's a privilege they gave me. And I took it very well, and I did my best with the help of the support system. And we were able to do our best. So that's all I can say for now. So my word for a good student of this university is that US is the best place to be. Honestly speaking, it's the best place to be. People won't agree. Some will say, well, because I should have gone to UG, I should have gone to KNUS. The point is that we are barely 10 years, but look at what we have done. When Lego was 10 years, do you know where they were? Lego is over so many years. So you are here, take advantage of the opportunity here to learn, and I have taken advantage. I'm an opportunist. So I would advise them to be confident they are in the best university they can ever be. It's a health university. So if you take advantage of the opportunities available and be the best they can be. And that's all I can say for now.
All right, thank you so much. This has been a great session. Really great one. Thank you.
This has been one-on-one session. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like the video. See you next time.